Hi everybody! Welcome to episode 2 of Sweet Skein of Mine. My name's Amanda and I'm coming to you from Fredericton, New Brunswick, East Coast, Canada. I know in episode 1 I had said I don't know if this is for me and if I'll do any more, but I decided why not. It's talking about something that I love and it's a big hobby. So it will be a podcast about knitting, projects on the go, things that I want to knit in the future, gifts, yeah. So hopefully if you liked episode 1, you're happy that I'm doing episode 2. I was talking about Christmas knitting, and we all agree as knitters that they're definitely knit-worthy people because knitting is time-consuming, it can be expensive, taking into consideration what yarns you use, and a lot of thought goes into it, especially for me. When I give a gift, I want that person to know that, wow, that really, you knew I would love this. So when it comes to colors and shapes and sizes and patterns, it can be a lot of work, but it's so worth it. And I did get some Christmas knitting done this week. It was a busy week, but knitting is totally part of when I wake up, have coffee, watch the news before work, get a little knitting done. At my break, I will do some knitting. I actually work with a lot of knitters, so it's kind of nice we all sit together and get some stuff done. And then evenings are always, there's a part before bedtime that I like to pick away at stuff. So I did really well this week. One thing that I completed, it's a Christmas gift, are these simple fingerless mitts. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I've never made mitts before, or fingerless mitts, but these turned out really, really cool, and the person that I made them for, I can see her wearing them and loving them. So, ta-da! Aren't they cute? And I did them in Madeline Tosh sock. Tosh DK, and it's 100% superwash merino wool, and the colorway is Hosta Blue. So it's this beautiful teal greeny blue, but tonal with gray, like flecks and gray striping. It's beautiful. And this pattern, I think I can get another set out of this one skein of yarn because this is how much yarn I have left. So, if someone's looking for a really easy fingerless mitt, totally recommend that one. I did it on my Addy 3.5 lace. They're super sharp, wonderful needles. However, I'm just not a fan of these goldy ones. I love the silver. The gold ones have a smell, like a metallic-y smell to them, so I really don't want to use these needles anytime soon because I have a sensitive sniffer and all I could smell was like this metallic-y smell to them. So I know a lot of people agree on that, and I don't know why Addy hasn't done anything about it yet because these aren't really old needles. But I've heard many podcasters talk about that smell, and anyway, whatever. Present number 1, finished. Present number 2, a toque. And this isn't a pattern. What I've kind of learned from just knitting hats is that if you're knitting with a worsted weight, cast on 88 stitches, and then you can do your ribbing. I think this was a 1x1 ribbing. I just did 3 inches and then knit and then did a decrease. So I just wanted it to be very plain, not too much going on. And I used Regia. I don't know what I did with the tag, but it's this tweedy, what did I do with that? It's gone. But it's this tweedy yarn, and it's charcoal gray with flecks of red and orange and green and like a mustard yellow. So, and I've got like a massive skein left from doing this one too, so I might be able to do like little shorty socks or something. And I knit these with, oh, there's the the ball band. Regia. That's what I used for the toque. That's a Christmas present. I used my Lucky interchangeable driftwood needles. These are from my mom, an early Christmas present. So I got this interchangeable set, and I love them. I've used them already so many times. That's why she gave them to me. She's like, you may as well just take them because you probably could make use of them. But this set starts, and I love it that they write on these at a 3.25, and they go to a 6.5 millimeters. So 4 cords, and in this beautiful pouch, keeps you nice and organized. But I love these needles, and I really love that, like where you grip is shorter than just a regular needle. So it almost, if that makes sense, from here to here versus here to here, it just makes you hold it differently, and I think it's just good to give your hand a break and use your hand differently maybe when you're knitting. I don't know. Might be something to be said for that. Oh, my dog wants out. There you go, Teddy. I'll show him in a minute. And then, Merry Christmas to me. I ordered last 2 weeks ago. Came in at the beginning of the week though. Nomadic yarns. I've heard so many people talk about this yarn. So it's self-striping, beautiful yarn. I ordered the Starlight in their twisty sock base. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I love it. So I couldn't wait to cast on a sock because I wanted to see how the stripes looked. And it's so pretty. So these are going to be for me. Smooth Operator Sock by Susan B. Anderson. This is where I'm going to put my Afterthought heel right here where that white yarn is. So yeah, I love this. Beautiful. And I'll definitely get more yarn from them because I have no desire to get into self-striping yarn. I think it's a ton of work. No wonder they charge a little bit more because it's worth it. The time and effort that they would put in to make it. And look at my project bag. Isn't it cute? It's got little foxes on it. That was my maiden name, so I had to get it. And I got this off of Etsy, and it's made by My Needle Crafts. And it's beautiful, like heavy cotton. So yeah. My socks on the go. And speaking of project bags, I mentioned last episode that there was the Get Your Yarn Wish granted, and I granted I think 4 or 5 different people their yarn wish. I did a mini and maybe 4 skeins that I sent out, which it feels great to spread the yarn love. And I put it out there what my wishes were, and I wasn't expecting to really hear back from many people because I know it's busy and some people get overwhelmed with how many people are asking for their yarn. However, a girl I follow on Instagram is this talented, and I really hope I'm saying your name properly. Is it Tanai Casey? She does amazing project bags. She does totes, like little pocket organizers, zippered pouches, drawstring. So she got right back to me and said, yeah, sure, go on my Etsy page, pick out a bag and let me know. So I love drawstring bags because they just, well, especially this size because they hold a lot more. But look at this, look what she sent me. With this beautiful sweater print. It's heavy cotton and it's got this wax canvas bottom on it. So it's going to be super, super sturdy. And it's so beautifully made. I can't believe she sent this to me. It was so kind. So I thanked her with this skein of yarn, and she put it on her Instagram page, all decorated with needles and a thank you. So that was a lot of fun to do. I'm going to definitely take part in it again next year. But this project bag is absolutely beautiful, and I love the sweater pattern. It's so cute. So I've got some things that I'm going to start this week, and I'll definitely be using this. Something else I have on the go, I have not picked up my Hayward again since I talked about it last week. I just have not had any time. Trying to get some Christmas presents knit, and then my sock yarn came in, and that was a bit of a distraction. But this I've had on the go forever. It's a paid pattern, the Clark Pullover, and it's by Jane Richmond. So I have all of this done, and I stopped here and I wrapped it up and I put it in a bag, my needles up bag. This is Chelsea and Sue's little thing that they had at Rhinebeck, which I'm going to get to someday. So I have to finish this sweater. Whenever I get that Hayward accomplished, then this has got to get done because it's ridiculous. So I'm doing it, though, in navy and gray in Rowan Pure Wool Superwash DK. So this is another thing I've just got to get it together, finish it. I don't know. I get distracted easy, especially when new pretty yarn is out there. Yeah, so that's what I've got on the go for now. Okay, maybe this is terrible, but I'm going to call this yarn porn. Bound chicka wow. Look at this. Look at this yarn I bought. I went into Cricket Cove a few weeks ago to do a yarn drop-off, and this was there. So I went to the cache. It is Serpentina, hand-dyed, hand-spun merino, 100% wool. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I freaking love it. So I got 2 of them. Maybe a scarf. I don't know. But there's so many pretty colors in there. So, new purchase because I'm a yarnaholic. And I have my own yarn, of course, and I just thought I would talk about a colorway. And this one is called Happy Hippie. I don't think the color's coming out too good. It's like a lavender base with pink and red and yellow blues. It's almost like, well, when I dyed it, my intentions were for it to be kind of a tie-dyed look. Anyway, it's pretty. But I also wanted to discuss the Happy Hippie name and where it kind of got inspired from. I use a product, a local company. It's called Rustic Soap Company, and I love it. So this is what I use of hers. That I love her lip glosses, everything. But Happy Hippie. And it's a shea butter, avocado oil, coconut oil, mango butter kind of cream. It's like this. But the Happy Hippie is patchouli and lavender. It is the nicest smell. So when I made up this skein of yarn, or this colorway, I should say, a Happy Hippie is exactly what it had to be called. And she loved that. I showed her on Instagram. She was like, oh, so fitting. Anyway, so there's one of my yarns, my sweet skein of mine. And my friend Michelle's working on a pair of socks in this colorway, so I can't wait to see how they knit up. So I think that's it for today. I guess I should mention maybe what I'm wearing, because that's always kind of a fun thing to do. This is my Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry, and it is made in probably a huge chunk of hedgehog fibers, and it's my massive shawl scarf, but I love it. I wore it to work today and everybody complimented it. So it's big. Are you ready? Here we go. This. So the intentions of this knit is to keep fading from one color to another. Okay, I'm going to do that again because I'm not doing very well. Okay, so it goes here, and it goes to here. There. So it wraps around me like 3 times. It's my coziest shawl. I love it. The only thing I did that I would change is I blocked it. And blocking just made it maybe a little larger than it had to be. I love it though, because I love like being able to, especially at work when I'm cold, I can just kind of feel like I'm wrapped up in a blanket. But the blocking also took the squishiness out of it. And I love squishy, cozy knits. And again, I'm really not about color, but when I'm knitting either socks or shawls or something like that, I have to have pink in it. So there's, I think most people know, Hedgehog Fibers Pinky Swear. I have socks in it. I have 2 shawls in it. I love it. So anyway, that's all I have on the go for now. I'm being a little speedy. It was a busy day, and I'm trying to get done before my kids get home from school, and then we'll have to happy hour because it is Friday night. Probably head to one of our local microbrews and yeah, enjoy our Friday nights. So I hope everybody had a wonderful week. You have a fun weekend to look forward to. Get some knitting in, and yeah, maybe I'll come back to you in another week, drinking out of my pretty dragonfly pottery mug that one of my girlfriends gave me. So yeah, I will be back in hopefully next week and have more Christmas knitting to talk about, more projects on the go, some more yarn porn, because I think that that's important, that we all share some porn with each other as knitters. Look at that. I don't know. I got to figure out what I'm doing with that. So happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend, and yeah, happy knitting. Bye.